statistics and from my own personal experience with TDC, my blog. So quick background on me, I am that lazy person on Twitter. I work as a Unilever management trainee, and I have terrible grades. I graduated with the equivalent of B, C+ from Ateneo, but I graduated with 27 job offers, 20 of them over 30,000 pesos. The average Ateneo fresh grad makes 18 to 21 on their first job. So I beat all of them, but I had like a worse starting point. So I have a blog called TDC. It talks about internships and job hunting for Gen Z. I started it because people I didn't like kept asking me questions and I kept answering them. And I was like, dude, why don't I help people I actually like? So to democratize that, I decided to keep everything up on a blog, and it started spiraling, and it's pretty big. So again, we don't do any marketing, we don't do any ads, we don't tell people to go and like follow it all the time. But this is what we got organically. Jason Cohen, he's a founder of a software that none of us have ever heard of. It's important because I like what he says. It's more effective to do something valuable than to hope a logo or name will say it for you. So a lot of us are going to be thinking our branding has to be nice, our visuals have to be nice, everything we present on the internet has to be nice, but that's not true. If you're not actually doing anything, then there's no point in doing all of that. So growth hacking is roughly your users are your unpaid endorsers. They tell everyone about you and you didn't even ask them to do that. The only thing you need to know from this slide is that you have to build 30% but promote 70%. There's no point having all of these activities, all of these events, if nobody's coming, if nobody knows about you, you're just wasting your time at this point. You need to be connecting with community. You need to be providing something they actually want. Because right now, maybe some of you are just creating things that you want to be creating, but it's not really connecting with the community. And that's totally fine if your end goal is to be creating something for yourself. But if you're creating to connect, then you aren't maximizing your capabilities and your resources right now. So these are the most common mistakes people have when they come out and start these like products, services, orgs, whatever it is that you are coming out with. Number one, you're building something nobody wants, except maybe you. But are there a lot of people like you who want it? Is the next question. Number two, they don't know who they're building it for. They're just building willy-nilly and then praying people will like them. And number three, they're not niche building around their core. They don't know what are they offering to people. Think of yourself as like a restaurant and then you offered everything. Would anyone actually go to you? Maybe, if you were like the cheapest person around. But then that means you have to be the cheapest person around. So you're defeating them on cost. But what if you were like the best known for, let's say, I don't know if you guys know this because I don't know if you're in BGC a lot, but there's a restaurant here called Mentorship Ramen. And they only have 12 things on their menu. And they only have 20 seats in their restaurant. And it is sold out every night. There's like a line every single night. If I want to go, I have to go at 5 p.m. before everyone else. So I can't eat lunch. I have to like save everything up for that one moment. But they're so good at this like one ramen called the tsukemen that everyone will just line up for that shit. Offering to people. Think of yourself as like a restaurant and then you offered everything. Would anyone actually go to you? Maybe, if you were like the cheapest person around. But then that means you have to be the cheapest person around. So you're defeating them on cost. But what if you were like the best known for, let's say, I don't know if you guys know this because I don't know if you're in BGC a lot, but there's a restaurant here called Mentorship Ramen. And they only have 12 things on their menu. And they only have 20 seats in their restaurant. And it is sold out every night. There's like a line every single night. If I want to go, I have to go at 5 p.m. before everyone else. So I can't eat lunch. I have to like save everything up for that one moment. But they're so good at this like one ramen called the tsukemen that everyone will just line up for that shit. Next, other mistakes, they think every user is a good user and they don't care about delivering a happy user experience. These 5 mistakes, you actually can see it a lot in your friends. When they start building YouTube channels and they tell you like and subscribe, but then you look and it's just vlogs about themselves, Q&A about themselves, get ready with me about themselves. Who cares about them? Only you guys. And do you care enough to watch a 30-minute video of your friend getting ready? Ganda ba nila? If you look at all the big-time YouTubers, they all started because they started a very simple niche and they all started answering questions first before transitioning to stuff about themselves. But all your friends are just seeing the current content of like, get ready with me, travel vlog in Taiwan. Who cares, guys? Like, you're just spending money. So next, what do you need to start a business? 3 simple things. Know your product better than anyone, know your customer, and have a burning desire to succeed. So a lot of people will also start these things but not really want to succeed. They just want the fame part of it. They want to skip to the pinaka end. You don't want to be delivering a great experience to whoever it is you're asking for your attention or time to. And that changes everything for you. So what we're gonna do now is go through that 3-phase process that I told you about. Number 1, who are you people? 2, tell me what you want, what you really want. And 3, I want you to want me. Of course. So, who are you people? Now, when you all have your product, your activities, your service, whatever it is, I need you to imagine who your ideal user is, and I mean grounded in real life. What do they eat for breakfast? Where do they go on Friday nights? What are they doing on Saturday afternoons? You need to know where they are because you have to go there. And I'm skipping into phase 2, but that's the important thing. You need, now that you have an idea of who they are, you actually have to talk to them and see if that's really who's coming to your event, who's buying your product. Because you might just be imagining a person that doesn't exist except in the mirror. So what I'm going to show you is what I ended up doing in the first 18 months-ish of the blog. So what I started with was my ideal user in my heart. It was roughly younger than me. I was writing this for myself because when I started out at 19, there was no step-by-step guide on how to get a job in Manila. You had to know an upperclassman who had already done everything, and then they would tell it to you, which relied on a lot of what ifs. Like you had to be in the right orgs, you had to know the right upperclassmen, you had to be close to them, you had to ask them all these questions, they had to tell it to you step by step, and they had to be very good at it. That was so many steps that I couldn't imagine doing because I really don't like orgs. Because I'm a big fan of my number 1 org, which is go home by 4 p.m. So this was the perceived problem I thought that ideal user had. It was my perceived problem. I wanted to start interning earlier and I wanted to have a good job before graduation. So the ideal solution is my blog. And so everything I do on the blog has to be oriented towards this. But then I thought, wait a minute, let's go check if that's really who is reading the blog. And I did go check by doing all of this. It was really difficult and I was really surprised to find out that people follow the weird secret instructions I put into my blog post just to talk to me because I was really hard to talk to as well. Like I really don't like responding to people as much as possible. I created the blog precisely so that I didn't have to talk to people regularly. And then it just backfired because people kept wanting to talk to me more. I was like, God damn it, I wasn't thinking right. So these are the 4 real users I ended up finding through that esoteric journey. Number 1, I named her Anna. She was a lot like me, but there were some key things different. She was usually very sheltered. Her parents wouldn't let her do anything that didn't involve her getting a license at the end of it or meeting some rich dude to become his wife. That was like their end goal for her. But she wanted to do something different and she had no idea how without a clear roadmap. So she's the type of person who would present a PowerPoint to her parents. This is why you should let me take creative writing in the Ateneo. Parang ganun siyang tao. Second was Beas. These were like absolutely perfect people. If I knew them in real life, I probably would have stopped them or something. Because they're the kind of person that makes you feel really bad. But all the Beas suffered from one thing, and that was imposter syndrome. They would feel like any moment people would say, you are a fraud. This is all a lie. You are just on, and you showed you the Truman Show. We've just been faking it with you. And so they just needed a reassurance that this is good things will continue happening to them. Even if the rest of us are like, I wish it would stop, but okay, fine. Continue to you. Third is, what comprises about 40% of my total profit always, the fuckboy market. So the fuckboy market really loves TVC because for them they're like, shit, it's a shortcut and I just have to pay this one girl and she will like solve all my problems, which they do. I charge a lot. I even have a contract just with them. And it used to be paragraphs until I found out they don't read it. So I had to change it to bullet points, like very short ones so that I was sure they would read it. And then had like clear clauses that I was allowed to shout at them and throw things at them if they don't listen. It's like this is very fun to read, but we gotta move forward. And then the last user is Daryl. So they were usually from farther provinces. They like Cagayan State, Isabela State. They were people I never even dreamed would find the blog or would read it. But they were using it to sort of amat their whole family's life. If they get a good job, they get to send money back and they get to help everyone else. So they were the ones who would really do a ripple effect in the community first thing. So now we're gonna go do your own ideal user task. We're gonna do this very fast, and I think we're gonna do this as a group instead. So we're gonna imagine the ideal user and sharpen it with all of our combined experiences. And how we're going to do this is by shouting at the screen. So right now, I'm going to show you ads, and you're gonna tell me 1, the bio data of who this ad is intended for. 2, what is their problem, and 3, why do they want to buy this product? Okay? So let's start. Who is this ad targeted to?
Girls.
Girls. How old are they?
Young.
Teens to young adults.
Teens to young adults. What is their socio-economic class?
Middle.
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 Lower middle.
Upper.
Lower and
Lower to upper
lower
middle.
to upper middle.
Then, what are they using this for?
To get boys.
Better.
To get boys.
To make themselves look better.
Make themselves look better. Okay, so this is an ad again for Sunsilk. Inside is Catherine Bernardo and Sarah Geronimo, who are unnaturally popular with before the 12 to 21 range, but now the 16 to 30 range because their fans have grown older with them. So they are very popular with the class E to lower C. They don't go that high up because they aren't aspirational frogs. For them, they're aspirational because everyone knows Sarah G's story that her family was kind of poor and then she won that singing contest. And now her mother could dominate her life. And then she has forced all of her siblings, parang all of Sarah Geronimo's siblings, have studied at abroad colleges, like abroad no-name colleges that are very expensive because Sarah Geronimo makes enough money to send all of them there. But she's never finished high school. So she is the ideal dream for a lot of lower class girls. Catherine Bernardo naman, similar-ish story, only her parents love her more. They don't make her a background. But, fun fact, Catherine Bernardo is top 10 contributor to Iglesia ni Cristo. So, kasi you have to give about 10% of your income. Eh, gano'n kayo ng income ni Ate Girl. So, ang dami niya nabibigay sa Iglesia. So, there. So, you know who this is for. Next. Who is this for? Gender.
Nerds.
Boys. Age. Kids.
Kids to teens.
Kids to teens. Anong socio-economic class?
Rich.
Rich.
Upper class.
Upper class. What are you buying this for?
To game. To entertain themselves.
To entertain themselves for vacation or whatever. So you are wrong on the age. This isn't marketed to kids or teens. This is marketed to 25 and up young men. Why? These games, you can't read it, but it says Legend of Zelda Breath of Wild and Splatoon 2, which were very famous in the 90s on an original handheld console game. So these are nostalgic games that are popular now. Actually, I would say it's already not the 30 up market because that's how old it is.
It's like with Disney, right?
Yeah, so they're appealing to the 30 up market. They're not appealing to the kids anymore. They're appealing to the nostalgic people with a lot of money to spend because they know there's not a lot of kids left in the world now. Birth rate is super low. So why would they target that? They should just target people who already have disposable income and are crazy about them. So you're right on the socio-economic class. This is for more expensive people. And yeah, it's usually for guys. So next, this is Google Duo. Gender. Any. Age.
Young adults.
Young adults. Socio-economic class.
Middle. I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know.
It's like Hangouts. But it's like for North America lang. So, and then last, what are they using this for?
To communicate.
To communicate. Okay, so you're pretty right on that. This is for young adults who are now digital nomads usually. So they're going around the world and they need to call home because, you're not home anymore. So you do video call to go talk to all of your friends and to your family. And it's usually marketed to people only with an Android and in the North America region because this was only released there. Last. This is from someone named emmastudies.com. She sells printable study templates. Gender. Girls. Age.
High school to college.
High school to college. How much socio-economic class? Emma Studies is based in London.
Upper middle.
Upper middle. Then, what do you think it's used for?
To organize.
Get organized. So, you're partly right. These things, I forgot to share with you, these things are priced at $3 to $4 a pack, so it's very, very low. And these are usually used for high school, college, and med school students to help them study. So she targets them to say that it helps you study better if you have better inspiration. So that's what she's trying to do with this. So see that she's very clear that it's if you know what you can see here, it's class overview, time workload, task tracker. It's for people who want to get organized and who are into pretty things, which are usually girls. So there, from this task synthesis, how hard was it for you to think on the other person based on those ads? Was it easy, like when you saw it and thought about it, or was it hard? Nice naman. audience interaction tayo dito. We're gonna be here all night if you don't talk.
It's kind of hard kasi parang may common assumption ka, but then like what you told us was like the complete opposite things, like, oh.
Exactly. So a lot of you are gonna be going in and talking to your ideal users with all of these assumptions about them, which you should be writing down, and then you should be open to being disproved about it. You need to ask about their spending habits. What are they willing to spend on? So I launched a men's shoe line recently. And then what I found out was very interesting. Because we debated between sending out men's brogues or women's brogues. And it turns out, if you have 6,000 pesos to spend on shoes, guys are okay with spending 6,000 on one pair of shoes or 3,000 on two pairs of shoes. But girls unanimously would rather spend 1,000 pesos on 6 pairs of shoes. They would rather have way more of much cheaper stuff than they would have like expensive of like one item. And we were like, whoa, that's so weird. Okay, we're gonna go with the men na lang because that's a lot higher na margin for us than it is for women. So even if the market for women's shoes is much larger because girls are more willing to buy, the profit margin was so much smaller that we were like, it's not worth it kasi hindi siya magiging main focus namin. If we were really gonna focus all out in marketing and volume basis business model, then G kami sa women's only. But we want to keep it on the back burner and keep it simple, and then dudes are like a more likely market for it. So that's something that you should also be testing. Na parang, is someone actually willing to spend this money on you? So next, it's hard to do a really good job on anything you don't think about in the shower. You've got to be like obsessed with your idea. If you're not, it's not really gonna work. So you need to ask, tell me what you want, what you really want, and then not listen to your users sometimes. So make sure you're asking them about their problems, but don't take everything at face value. A lot of times they're telling you, you know, that old story that Henry Ford said, that if you ask my customers what they want, they'll say faster horse instead of a car. Because they don't know what they want. So you've got to sort of figure it out for them based on knowing who they are and what their problem is. So understand their pain points first of all and get to the bottom of why it's painful for them in the first place. So this is an idea of what startups and businesses will call customer journeys. This is where the 5 points of it, where you research, where you narrow your choices, where you buy something, where you use it, and where you are going to think about you'll keep it or tell other people about it. It's very complex, and so we are going to simplify it very, very quickly for you. So the number one thing is you need to understand your users based on your assumptions first, and then actually fix that. Now, parang, what are they really like? So always observe and always ask them, how did they find you? Why are they coming to your events? Who are they? So sometimes the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me is I was waiting for a Grab one time, and then this girl came up to me and grabbed me on the shoulder. I was about to punch her in the face because I am very friendly, and she's like, "You're Justine Chua from the internet," and I'm like, "Yes." Dude, she doesn't know how close she was about to get smashed in the face. This hurts, even if it's small. And then she was like, I need your help. I don't know where the bus stop is. Can you help me? Da, da, da. And I was like, oh, okay, here's the instructions. And then before she went, I was like, how'd you know it was me? She's like, oh, I follow you on Twitter. I was like, why do you follow me on Twitter? And then she like went into this very long, complicated thing of like why she likes me on Twitter. I'm like, okay, but like, why? She's like, wala. I like sometimes saying what you say to my friends and they think I'm so smart. I was like, oh, there it is. She just wants to like copy what I say, but it comes out as smart because people think I'm smart even if I'm really dumb. I just like sound smart because I use bigger vocabulary words. So what we're gonna do now is a very fast task as well. That it's called ideal user interview. So we'll make it very, very fast for you again. So we'll go back to those 2 examples a while ago, and then we're going to just guess where are they hanging out and how do you find them, so that you can also think of doing that as well for your future whoever's. So main things to think about are where are they online, where are they offline, what are they looking for, why are they there in the first place, and what kind of community is this? Is this where people are always talking? Is it secretive? How does information flow about them, and what are the problems they're facing? You have to think about these things kasi sometimes word of mouth doesn't work. My blog will not survive on word of mouth because a lot of my readers call it secret weapon. They would never share it to their friends because they know it would even out the playing field. And they were like, I'm gonna keep this for myself. So I have to figure out other ways to reach those markets, like giving these talks. So with these products, where do you think now we know who the ideal user is. We know he's like 30 plus. We know he's a dude, he has disposable income, he loves nostalgic games, and he's going to buy this the moment it comes out because he loves these games. Where does he hang out? Like, go now. Home. Where does he hang out? At home. Online. Saan siya?
Sa man cave.
No, not physically. Online. Nasaan siya? Twitch.
Reddit.
That's what? Reddit. And then sa Reddit, do you feel like he would be talking there, or would he be reading reviews, or what's he doing?
He would
there?
debate about the games. Like, OMG, I can't believe they did this. Something.
Starting controversial gaming discourse.
Maybe. But think about it. Would someone with that much disposable income to spend on entertaining himself find joy in starting Fire Online?
Maybe.
What I've heard is people who don't have a lot of money like to do that because they have no other forms of entertainment. If you have money to spend to entertain yourself, you're not gonna waste it online, like fighting random people. That's why all the people you see on Twitter who like fighting other people usually wala silang pera. I don't fight people. I don't give a shit about all of you. I have money to spend on myself. Kaya na ako sa Mendocoro. Hindi naman ako sa magagalit dyan. So yeah, so now you know. He's usually on Reddit. He's in gaming forums. He's watching Twitch. So this is where you can appeal to him as well. So now you know. If you're gonna do an ad, you're gonna buy it there. If you want to talk about your product, you need to insert it into like a Reddit community. Be all like, hey, I saw this product online. What do you guys think about it? And then just like let it loose there. So figure out like very simple ways to get the word out about you without you doing as much of the work. Hijack existing communities and existing methods of communication. So next, so I told you this is in London. Where do you think I found this on?
Tumblr.
Very good. I found this on Tumblr. What was I searching when I found
Study
it?
Blur.
Study Blur.
Very good. So, for the guys in the room, there's this huge Tumblr community where it's just people studying together. Do you guys know mukbangs where people watch you eat? They also have study mukbang where people watch you study and it's ASMR. You laugh, but it makes a lot of money for these Korean law students. They will film themselves flipping the page very loudly, highlighting very loudly, going very loudly. I watched that. I was practicing how to like that because he had like 120,000 views, and he was told for every 1,000 views is equal to $1. So he did $120 just going for 32 minutes. I was like, I can do that. Watch. But then apparently you need a really good mic, and they have like hidden mics everywhere to like capture the paper turning. I was like, shit, I need to learn. So yeah. So they're on Tumblr, they're doing study in school, so you need to hijack all of those hashtags, you need to be commenting on them as well, you need to be showing them, look at these templates, give it away for free a few times, get some good reviews, and then start raising up the prices slowly, do like 50 cents, $1, It's easier for you to go up actually than it is for you to go down, because then people think it's more premium, say that we've improved it, now it'll cost more, which is what I do with my resume consultation. So I started fixing people's resumes for 50 pesos, like for a resume. Now it's about 4,000 pesos for a resume. Wow. I've been able to like lift it up that high. So, and then no matter how high it goes, there's still like a line of people who are willing to like come in and do that. And I'm like, oh, apparently this is not an exhaustible market. Because some of my past students, they'll also tell them like, dude, she's like, changed my life. I have students whose actual testimonials are like, I cried at every session. I truly felt like dying at some of these points. I love Justine so much. You all should hire her too. I was like, I need you to provide a little more context. It made it sound like you were suicidal because of me. And he thinks it again. And I was like, don't make it sound like I force you to commit suicide or something. That was super weird to read. I was like, how did I change your life if you cried at every session? Anyway. So Warren Buffett, billionaire dude that we shouldn't really be emulating, but man, he's like $1 million, so let's listen to him. Says, I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars, I look for 1-foot bars that I can step over, which is applicable to you guys. Don't try to be like the one setting records, just try to cross barriers and get ahead of everyone else. So, I want you to want me. I don't know if you know this reference, I love this movie, and it was a really clear part of the soundtrack. Anyway, you should also read Shakespeare. This is based on Shakespeare's. Anyway, first thing, start free. free or dirt cheap. Don't ever buy anything that you think is like necessary to make your product well. Usually you can figure out a way to hack it that people need money. And also be generous with your time. Start free and figure out if people want it. Because if they don't want it when it's free, what makes you think they'll want it then when it's like super rich? This isn't like premium watch market where people are like, wow, Patek Philippe, it's so amazing. Those things cost around 500,000 pesos for like a piece of your watch. But everyone knows what it looks like. But honestly, it's just a normal watch too. A lot of people make fake imitations of it, but they don't buy it. Why? Because it's the brand that they're going after. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was going somewhere and it's lost. Oh well. Next, test a lot, iterate a bit, and pivot. Always change one thing only at a time. If you change a million things and things go well, you're never gonna know what it is that you change that makes it better. So I made that mistake a lot where I would like change everything and then things would go badly. And I'm like, I have no idea what's happened. Oh well. So, learn from my mistakes. Do small tweaks every single time. It's better to do one event every week and then change one small thing and see if it does better than doing like giant events every week that nobody ever goes to, but you have no idea why nobody's coming. Then last, be ready for killer waves. So I'll explain a little more what a killer wave is a little later. So first, when you want to build something, like let's say it's a product. So I don't know if you guys are doing products or services, but a nicer way to do it is that use PowerPoint or Keynote to pretend to build websites. And then like PowerPoint nowadays has this record feature. So when someone goes onto it, you can just like see where are they clicking, where are they moving the mouse, and then you'll see that's how they'll be using your website in the future. A lot of people build websites without thinking, how is someone gonna scroll through this? Especially, so I fix a lot of portfolios as well for the resumes. And then when I go through it, I'm like, this is unreadable. And you're like, but it's very artistic. And I'm like, it is unreadable. I will not understand the art. And I was like, I approach it from both, one, the client perspective. So I'm looking to hire this artist, and two, the employer perspective. I'm looking for them to like join my existing team. And I always tell them that when it comes to the client perspective, they have no idea what it is that clients want. Which I never understand. Have you guys never commissioned work yourselves? That's what I always ask them. And apparently they've never done it. They do it themselves. So I'm like, the things people look for is, how long did it take for you to build that? How many times did they have to revise it? What was the brief in the first place? Don't show me the pretty end things without showing me all of the other things first. Which is the exact point as well here. You can present all these pretty, wonderful, finished end products, but if nobody knows what it took to build it in the first place, they won't join your team. And if they have no idea what it's for in the end place, then they're not going to join in or like come over if it's unclear why are we here. So next, again, at all these hypothesis things, you'll get these slides naman at the end. I'll give it to Developh and then you can see it there. More of the testing things, but yeah, let's go faster. So this is my field experiment. So on my blog, I thought that people wanted to read book reviews because I was like, oh, well, maybe it'll help them. So I released this one and it was like a huge flop for me. It was like, what the fuck? Why does nobody want to read my book review? And I was like, because they don't care about like what it is that I'm reading or how I got here. They only care about the step-by-step operational things. So from there, I've always made sure that all of my like blog posts, they have this template in it. They always have a step-by-step in it. It's very stupid proof. Because that's what people are coming here for. Stupid proof answers to very specific questions. So next, what is a killer wave? It is when you have no idea why you're suddenly gonna blow up. It is like, do you know the new vlogger, Millennial?
Yeah.
She blew up, diba? From doing that dalagang Filipina thing. Do you think she expected to blow up? No, but everyone was like, wow, it's amazing. And now she's with Heart Evangelista. That was amazing. I watched that vlog and then I was just watching Heart Evangelista's house and I was like, in my next life, I want to be a stray dog that she adopted. Not even like derecho from that birth. I'll get used to it. But if I was like a stray dog and first and then I would be introduced to luxury. The dog lives a good life. But yet, you never know when something like that is gonna happen to you. So always be prepared for it. Always provide best work. Don't be an asshole. Be someone that has a good reputation because you keep to your word. You're always doing the right thing. People can trust you. Because when this big break comes, whatever it is, you'll be ready for it. Like, Developh. Do you think they started getting partnerships with Amazon from the very start?
No. You
Like-
know, in our last event, only one person came. Even though like we spent on the venue and stuff. I was like,
What you mean?
you were traumatized from like holding events like for a whole year. Yeah.
See, like you gotta learn from these mistakes, and then maybe they went back to the drawing board. Maybe they saw, okay, this is what we have to do first. We have to actually reach out. Don't be afraid to ask people for favors, as long as you're willing to give it back to them as well. Yun yung pinaka-hate ko, like in life. When all you do is take and ask and you never give anything back to that person, why the hell would I help you in the first place? That's why there's a blog. That's why I always tell people when they want to ask me questions on it, I was like, what do I get out of this? And they say, I don't know. I was like, okay, here's a list of what you can do for me. And then they do that first, and then I'll answer their questions. Because it's quid pro quo always. Now, sure, there's gonna be some people who are gonna be very generous to you, but you don't know what it is they're getting out of it. Maybe it's that generous feeling. That's already the payment. But for other people, you just have to be prepared always to give something back. So, I am offering to all of you my services. Since all of you came to listen to me, you can message me anytime, and then I will help you with whatever it is. I'll answer a few questions for you too. Because thank you for gracing me with the gift of your time and with the gift of your ears. So I will grace you with the gift of my time in the future. Yeah, you just have to say that you were at this talk. Yeah. So now for the last, killer wave, we explained that. So for me, the killer wave for TDC that launched me into being a really legit blog was that my batchmates left school and found out everything I was writing about was correct. They found out real life was as hard as I told them, and ang sobrang hirap ng buhay para sa kanila. They were like, so easy to get a job, kaya na parang 30,000 na sweldo. I'll be honest, like my blockmates were like 30. 20 of them work in ad agency. Ad agency makes 15K a month, which is minimum wage. Like that's the pinaka-lowest you can get as a fresh grad.
And you make how much compared
I
to
make,
that?
okay, this doesn't leave this room, I make 83,000.
Nice.
And then I make the blog money. And then I make the Leviathan money. And then I make
Leviathan.
consulting money. So Leviathan is my shoe brand for men robes. We made one batch. We made 12,000 off that one batch now. Like, we just sold the shoe at 2.5. So it was like, dude, and then we're raising it up and we're doing better. You gotta think smarter, guys. Don't always go where everyone else is going. Because look, now they're living, and then gets. But I also have a lot of money in the bank. All their money is spent because they're always going to La Union. They're always going to Sharjah. They're spending all of their money and they maxed out all their credit cards. And then parang ako, if I felt like it, I could buy a condo like out there. It would cost me, 20 years of my life to pay for it. But I wouldn't go broke buying a condo out there. I just think it's my life. That's super funny because one of my batchmates did. He really bought a condo there, as in like a 2-bedroom loft condo here in BGC because he makes slightly more than me lang, and he was like, I don't want to drive back to Marikina every night. I'm gonna buy a condo. my option, I thought she was gonna say, I'm gonna get a driver. Smart, diba? Like, oh, that's smart. That's like 10,000, 15,000 a month. That's not bad. She's like, no, I'm gonna spend 50,000 a month buying a condo. And I was like, who's gonna live in it? He's like, just me. Maybe my future girlfriend. No girlfriend since birth. But I was like contemplating telling my boyfriend because they're close. I was like, I think I should pretend to be his girlfriend so I can live in the other bedroom of the condo or something. Like, but I don't have to also do the back and forth. Because it's 1 hour. Like from my house, I live in Shaw Boulevard lang. And to go here, it's 1 hour every day minimum. On the bad days, it's 2.5 right? So this is what the blog used to look like. And this is what it should have looked like, but then a lot of shit happened. So now it's going to change to this, the bumpy career.
OMG.
So next week, Bianca is the one who did all of this work. It's on Squarespace. It's so amazing. You should hire Bianca to do your websites. She's so good at it. So now they're revamping it there, and then it's going to be, they did all that usability testing, they did all that UX, they made sure that everything on it would work when people go through it. Kasi the original blog, if you ever look at it, sobrang basic lang siya. Kasi it's literally just throw a random template online and that's it. But now, we really have to push people to go into other things. So there's a part of the page that's all about speaking, about template shop, about booking me for consultation, about like getting to the blog, about newsletter, all that. So they had to like design all of that now. Okay, how do we divert people's attention at every stage? So yun is something you have to think about as well. How do you divert people's attention? If you're not gonna have like one singular focus, if you're gonna have this many focuses, you have to like design that experience that it feels frictionless to them. Because if it's difficult, most people just quit. How many of you just like when a page doesn't load for so long, you just X out of it or go back? But you don't wait. You're like, oh, there's too much waiting. Goodbye. You never come back, and you'll never think of them again. So you have to think that. So let's recap. Who are you people? Tell me what you want, what you really want. And I want you to want me. So now on. So this is called springboarding. Springboarding is when you use someone else's existing whatever, and then you use it for your own good. So how I did it is by using my friend's Facebook. I literally asked them to invite all of their friends to like my Facebook page. That's it. And then it does well. But they don't have to do anything except click a button, and then I grow like 100 likes and then over 600 like link clicks always. Because people normally won't like the page, but they'll keep it bookmarked because they'll keep coming back. So we know things from analytics. We know that I have two kinds of users. One enters it via mobile, they'll read 1-2 articles, and then they'll come back on desktop at like midnight to 3 a.m. and then they'll read every single article on site in one go. So that's something we did when we were designing the site, that it had to be nice for their eyes. Because I was like, I feel bad for them. They're reading this at midnight to 3 a.m. They're gonna read 77 blog posts in one go. And then at the end, they'll write me like a long email saying, I just read every single blog post that you have. Do you have something about this? Because it's one of the blog. And I'm like, ah, but you know, that's how you learn about them. You just write back to the 2:44 a.m. email that was written in haste, and you could tell like they're kind of crazy. So how do you find your own springboard for whatever it is that you're doing? Will be conventional. Try and test your gut feelings. Don't like just accept everything everyone always tells you. Because if everyone's telling you that, clearly there's something a little wrong. Unless it's about like vaccinations. That's correct. Everyone should get vaccinated. You need your vaccinations. Always be on the lookout for a new way to grow and spread the word about you. So with the brand namin Leviathan Shoes, an unconventional partner for us is actually premium barber shops. And we're like, that seems weird, right? You go to the barber to like cut your hair. Why would you have shoes? But apparently they have like a full store inside where they usually sell hair pomade. And I was like, dude, what if we just leave a pair of shoes there in every size? And then see how many people end up ordering from this site. Like they all have their own code. And apparently it does pretty well. Because the people who go to that shop clearly have money to spend. They're our ideal customer. It's just, they're going to the barber. And they're like, damn, that's a nice pair of shoes. I should just buy one too. Because I'm already in a spending mood. I just spent 700 on a haircut. Even I don't spend 700 on a haircut. I was like, oh, these are my ideal customers right here. Yeah. So your main takeaway is that viral growth doesn't exist for every product, but there is like slow, steady growth that will actually help you. Don't always expect for viral. Kasi that's one time only. It doesn't happen again and again. Especially if you have no idea why it happened in the first place. Always aim for month-on-month growth. Next, viral growth comes from value being created for the existing and the new user. Someone always has to be getting something good out of using your product, because if not, why would they come back? Why would they tell people about you? It's a waste of everyone's time. Then last, so many people use refer a friend. A twist is required to stand out. That's why I use invite all your friends. So, I will also give you a freebie, a supplementary reading that will tell you all the growth hacking tactics from Silicon Valley. So I read these myself. And then you will be receiving this PDF. You can go get it now if you want. bit.ly/TDC Collab freebie. Please use the caps lock things there. Apparently bit.ly is very case sensitive. And it will help you figure out where do you want your product to be in 3 months, at the end of this year, and in 3 years, because that helps you grow. So for you to understand it na, okay, what do you think is the ideal next stage for TDC? It's a blog, right? And there's consulting. What do you think is next for it? Should I be advertising jobs on the side? Diretso. Like, parang job board siya. Kasi that's the #1 feedback I get from users. Like, they want it to be a job board. And I always say no. It'll never happen. Bakit? Ayaw ko nang may team na TDC. Gusto ko ako lang. Na parang whenever I feel like it. Yun. And a job board requires such a big team. Because there has to be a team handling the people who are getting jobs. The team handling the people who are applying for jobs. the team who is maintaining that part of the site. Ang daming tao like involved, and sobrang hindi siya aligned with what I wanted to be running right. So of course, I would never do that later. So think about that too. What is your ideal team outcome? Because some of you are just gonna be like, I'm going to keep doing this, but it ends up that the team is like 100 people who don't know each other and they don't have any feelings of like camaraderie. So the project is doomed now then and there. So always think, what are my existing resources that prevent me from doing whatever it is that I'm doing and work around it? So TDC runs solely on, so it has to be able to run on autopilot. So that's something we always have to do. We have to automate and streamline everything. And if I suddenly decided that tomorrow I'm going to move to Quebec, Canada, I could do it. None of you, and like nobody on TDC would do. Parang ganun. So, final recap, build 30% of the time but promote 70%. Always aim for partnerships and collaborations and trying to outsource the work to someone else. Do not take it on for yourself. Your job is to think and strategize. It is not always to do the nitty-gritty of the things. Unless you're someone's lieutenant, then it's your job to do operational things. Next, observe everything and question everything. Be like a conspiracy theorist if you must. Just, don't tell everyone you're a conspiracy theorist. Next, be ready for killer ways by not being an asshole and always providing the best possible version of your work. Done is better than perfect, and a lot of people who just do done work actually get farther because people see that work and be like, this could be better if we poured money into you, and then that's how you're gonna get money. Then last, always deliver value to your users. If they don't feel like you're worth anything, why do you think they're gonna tell anyone else about you? Why do you think they're gonna keep coming back? Like, cherish your first users, but also know that maybe you'll have a bunch of different ones down the line. So remember, nobody's got a silver bullet. They just get one lucky shot. And well, thank you.